Hi guys, I'm Andy. Welcome back to Backpacking UK. Hiking, backpacking and wild camping your thing, please hit that subscribe button because that's what this channel's all about. Right, today we're going to be talking about should you be wearing hiking shoes instead of hiking boots. Now, see lots and lots of people out there wearing hiking shoes. They're becoming more and more popular. Mark from Backpacking UK made the change from hiking boots to hiking shoes last year and he hasn't looked back. He absolutely loves them. So, should you ditch the hiking boot? Well, today I'm going to give you the positives and the negatives of wearing hiking shoes, and I'll also be making reference to trail runners and also mountain runners as well. There's lots of different choice. You don't just have to wear hiking boots for hiking, you can wear other types of footwear too. But today we're talking about the hiking shoe, and in particular, I've got most of my experience from these Salomon Ultra 4 GTXs. So first of all, we're going to talk about waterproofness. Now these Salomon X Ultra 4 GTXs, the GTX is basically GORE-TEX, so it's got a GORE-TEX liner, so it does a really good job of keeping them fairly waterproof. Now they've got gusseted tongue as well, so just like hiking boots, it does have some of those features. However, they have got lighter weight fabrics, and I always find with GORE-TEX boots, shoes, footwear, if they've got lighter weight fabrics, they don't keep the water out for that long, especially if it's really, really raining. Downside of shoes, you've obviously got more chance of water getting in through the ankle element of the boot. But I would say these are absolutely great for those damp starts of the day when there's lots of like mildew on the grass. And if it's a little bit showery or if there's drizzle, very light rain, these are a great choice. So in summary, they're much more waterproof than trainers, trail runners, even the mountain runners. But if it's tipping it down, I'm always going to look for my traditional hiking boot. So next up, let's talk about comfort. Now, these Salomon hiking shoes use a proper ortho-lite insole, which is super, super comfy. Best thing about hiking shoes is there's nothing around your ankle to cause any rubbing. That makes an enormous difference, and some people will choose hiking shoes over hiking boots purely for that reason. Now these specific hiking shoes retain what is primarily really a proper hiking boot sole. So it's got a bit of flexibility, but you don't get the pressure points on your feet when walking on rocky ground. That makes a really big difference. Now these hiking shoes, there's still plenty of room for your feet to go around in. They're also a little bit cooler. There's a bit more room for heat to escape. So on a hot sort of summer's day, if that ever does come to the UK, these are that little bit cooler, keep your feet a little bit fresher, just be so much more comfortable. So next up is durability. Now these hiking shoes again retain a lot of the benefits of hiking boots. They've got proper toe protectors right at the front as well. At the back, they're really quite chunky. They're really well made. Way better than trainers, way better than trail runners, mountain runners. They retain quite a lot of that hiking boot look, so it's really, really durable. Next up's grip. Again, you're seeing a sort of sole that's just like a hiking boot, really. Again, much better than trail runners and mountain runners. You've got some proper lugs on here. You've got, like I say, a little bit of flex in that sole, but it's quite a thick sole too, so you don't get those pressure points. So the grip of these is absolutely brilliant. you can use these in the wet and use them in the dry. They're just great. So next up, talk about fatigue. Now these weigh 390 grams. As a general rule, the lighter the boot, the less fatigue. You certainly feel a bit more sprightly towards the end of a long hike when wearing lighter weight footwear. However, with some of my trail runners and mountain runners, bottoms and the soles of my feet are on fire. And this is where proper mountain shoes are great, because you don't get those pressure points on the bottom of your soles of your feet at all, but you still do benefit from that lighter weight. So next up is protection. Now this is where they do fall down a little bit. If you're the type of person that has a habit of rolling their ankle, I would think very carefully when wearing these. Now, if I was carrying weight, big heavy backpack, I would probably always opt for my hiking boots. But if I'm doing hiking or taking a day bag, or like my summer gear and a very lightweight backpack, I would still give these a go. So next up, talking about flexibility. Now, one place in particular I absolutely love these is for scrambling. You've got so much more freedom of movement on your ankle. You can really get your feet in all the places you need when you're scrambling, especially like grade 1 scrambles as well. You just want to be 100% confident that you've got enough grip from your footwear. Now, big chunky hiking boots, you can't always get your feet in the positions that you want them to be. I often find my big hiking boots, I'm often scraping them on rocks to try and get into that right position. So that is one massive benefit of hiking shoes. I think you can also get what's called approach shoes as well, which is more of a kind of a hiking shoe that's better for scrambling. Now these Salomon X Ultra 4s have a particularly clever feature. So they actually use like a quick lace. So they're really easy to do up. They're really easy to sort of find that pressure that's best for your foot. But one really cool feature of these is the special lace up system actually hides away in the tongue to give like a really clean look to the shoe. But it's not getting in the way, it's not going to come undone, and it's not going to trip you up. So in summary, should you ditch your hiking boots for hiking shoes? Now, in summary, I think you need both, unfortunately. You need hiking boots and hiking shoes. They're huge benefits of these. Like there's hardly any braking period whatsoever with these. They're just so comfy. You can go faster for longer whilst maintaining a good level of water resistance, great grips, great sole. You don't get those horrible pressure points in the bottoms of your feet. They're still really durable, got a bit of flexibility, and they just give you confidence on the real tough stuff like your scrambling. But you have to remember that if you're carrying load and you're coming down mountains or technical terrain, you are at risk of rolling your ankle, and that could be game over. That could be an SOS call. That could be mountain rescue coming out. So just be really careful, really mindful when choosing, well, not just hiking shoes really, but trainers, trail runners, mountain runners. They just don't offer the protection as the big burly hiking boot does. But you haven't seen the last of these. I'm going to be wearing these a hell of a lot. There's no doubt about that. But I think I'll keep these for 3 seasons use. But hopefully you like this review. I'll put all the details of these hiking shoes in the description, but I hope to see you hiking soon. Cheers.